Hello, and welcome to another edition of Emotions Expert. I am John Rushton. Hurt and disappointment, two things which you don't like to experience in life, but we do from time to time. Sometimes it's because our expectations were too great and things didn't measure up to them. And other times it's because things went awry, way beyond our control, and we just seem to all of a sudden be in the middle of something which doesn't happen very nicely, and it has repercussions. And we try to fathom out why it did this, why it did that, why we're here, why we're there, why didn't they do something else, all of these kind of things. But it doesn't just make it in our minds. We just have this quandary and we regurgitate the feelings and the thoughts, and it just goes over and over again. Hurt and disappointment. We can do an awful lot to reduce the effects. We actually get upset when we're hurt or we're disappointed. The degree to which we get upset varies enormously. It depends on what we're hurt and disappointed about. But nevertheless, the degree of hurt is something down to ourselves. It's something down to what we apportion. Some people are very good. They can just brush it off and think, oh, to hell with it. It's happened. There's nothing I can do. Let's just move on. That's the best way forward. Yet other people take it to heart and they whimper to themselves. They get morose. They get upset to themselves. They take it to heart. They, as we've mentioned earlier, they regurgitate again and again and again in their mind. They have to tell everybody about it. And get feedback from them, what they thought, and he should have done this, and she should have done that, and why didn't this happen, and wasn't that terrible, and wasn't that awful? Oh, you must have felt, and it just throwing more fuel on the fire. You're actually giving the hurt and the disappointment gravitas. You're giving it arms and legs. And before, it was just something which had happened, which was a memory, albeit not a very pleasant one. Nevertheless, it's still a memory. But now you've given it something to move around in your mind. You've given it a body. You've given it a mind of its own. You've given it stuff it never had before. And now it's got an identity. And that identity has been formed in your mind. It's been created in your mind. And you have done it. It hasn't made what happened any worse or any less, but it still is there. And only you can eradicate that from your mind. Only you can eradicate the feelings of the hurt and the disappointment. You can minimize what it means to you. You can minimize what it's doing to you. And it is doing something. Otherwise, you wouldn't keep rambling on aimlessly about it and trying to change things, because whatever you do now, you are not going to remove the past. You're not going to change what has happened. You're not going to change the circumstances or anything else. It's all about how you perceive things, how you perceive life, how you perceive yourself, how you perceive what's gone on, and where you go from here. And of course, where you go from here is one of those things you're moving on to tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is something which is going to be better. You're going to make it better yourself. You're going to actually look at tomorrow and think, right, that happened. There's nothing I can do. I can't change it. But I'm going to move on tomorrow with a blank canvas, and I'm going to start something else because there's better things ahead. It's down to you. All the hurt, all the disappointment, emotionally wrecked you may be, but it's down to you to get out of it. Nobody can do it for you. Whatever happens, nobody can do it for you. You have to do it yourself. It's something which is intrinsic to you. It's something which is intrinsic to your life. You have to respect yourself. You have to respect who you are. You have to respect that there's something better ahead. And you've got to look at it that way. If you dwell in the past, like anybody who dwells about anything in the past, you're going to get even more hurt. And you're going to be a bit of a parasite to yourself. So move forward and actually respect yourself and go there.